This question is under word classes, specifically pronouns, okay? So let's take a look at the sentence. Bola is the subject. Invited is the verb. Whatever comes after the verb must be an object, okay? Please take note. It must be an object because it is after the verb. Okay, so Joe and me, because me is an object pronoun. We can't say I because I is what? Subject pronoun. Please take note. Myself is a reflexive pronoun. Now, when do we use myself or when do we use reflexive pronoun? Reflexive pronouns are used when the subject and the object are the same. I invited myself. Okay? Now, option C is the answer to this question. We can't say himself because this is also a reflexive pronoun. Bola did not invite himself. Okay? He invited some other people. So Bola invited Joe and me. Okay, so final answer is option C. If you're writing English exam, you need to know this English tip. It is very, very important. Okay, when a preposition such as for, about, from is used before the blank space, that is when a preposition comes before the blank space and it refers to a person, please use whom. Do not be tempted to use who. Okay, use whom. Now take a look at this question. We can see to, which is a preposition, right? To whom did you speak? Now, your examiner might decide to reorder the sentence. Don't be confused. Use whom. You spoke to dash. You spoke to whom? About dash, were they talking? About whom were they talking? They were talking about whom. Do not use who. From dash did you receive this? From whom did you receive this? You received this from dash. You received this from whom? You might be wondering, why whom? Why not who? Because whom is used as object of the verb or preposition. Okay, so final answer to this question is what? Option B. So you have 7 seconds to answer this question. Okay, so give it a try. Did dash receive visitors on short notice? I think the real question here is, what's the difference between used to and used to? Option A and C, right? Good. Now let me make it simple for you. When your sentence has did or didn't, go ahead to select option A, used to. She didn't used to like football. Did she used to like football? So the presence of did and did it allows you to what? Pick or use used to, okay? Now, when there is no did or didn't in your sentence, okay, go ahead to use option C, used to. They used to live in London. So this tells us that used to is a past action that no longer happens, okay? A routine in the past that you no longer do, okay? So the answer to this question is used to. They used to receive visitors on short notice. Option C is the answer to this question. Now, take a look at option B, I used to. Now, I used to is usually followed by a gerund, okay? A verb that ends with ing. So all we need to do is add ing to receive, and it will make a lot of sense, okay? They are used to receiving visitors on short notice. They are used to receiving gifts, okay? So final answer to this question is option C. Here is another interesting question, okay? So I'll give you 7 seconds to give me an answer, okay? So give this a shot. Now, this question is under reported speech, and there is a process in reported speech called backshifting or tense backshifting, and it involves the verb of the tense. Okay. Now, for example, if the direct speech is in present tense, right, it usually backshifts or changes to what? Past tense. If the direct speech is in the present perfect tense, it changes to what? Past perfect tense. That's the concept of backshifting. Good. Now, I want you to do something for me. I want you to try to figure out the direct speech here, okay? He denied that he dashed the man. This is reported. So the direct speech will be what? I have not seen the man. Good. Now, I have not seen is the verb phrase. What tense is this? Present perfect. Have not seen. Present perfect. Good. So we're looking for past perfect. Now, option A, didn't she? This is past tense. So we let it go, right? Good. Option B, doesn't she? This is present tense. We let this go. We're looking for what? Past perfect. Option C, had seen. This is past perfect, so we keep it. Option D, hadn't seen. This is also past perfect, right? But it has a negative, right? Good, so we keep it as well. Now, here is where it gets challenging. Notice that the word denied already carries a negative meaning. Now, when you deny something, what are you doing? You're saying something is not true, right? Good. We don't need another negative word, okay? We don't need not, okay? And that's why the answer to this question is option C, okay? He denied that he had seen the man. Option C is your final answer. Now, this question is pretty easy, right? So try this. In 7 seconds, let me know what your answer is. Now, in computing, data is processed to give dash. Okay, so this question wants to test your knowledge of uncountable nouns. Okay, so information is an uncountable noun, just like so many other uncountable nouns that we have, like advice. Notice I didn't say advice. Advice, okay, furniture, homework, right, equipment. Okay, these are uncountable nouns and they do not take S. And you also can't use the article a or an. Okay, so take note. So we can't say an information. Okay, so what can we say or what can we use? You can say some information, a little, a bit, enough, a piece of. Okay, so these are words or phrases that you can use alongside information. Okay, so option B, complete information. So informations is the problem, the S is the problem. Okay, so option C, information, this is correct. Option D, informations, this is wrong. So final answer to this question is option C. You have 7 seconds to give me an answer, okay? If he dashed there, he would have met him at home. Now, this question is under conditional statement, okay? So let me give you the simple trick. When you see would, have, plus past participle, now the past participle of meet is what met, good. So when you see phrases like this, would have met, would have seen, would have left, okay? When you see phrases like this, the second clause with if, that is the if clause, usually takes had plus what? Past participle. And that is what? Your past perfect tense, okay? Now, this is actually called the third conditional statement, and it means that the situation happened in the past, but it is an unreal situation. So it's a past unreal situation, okay? Good. So we are looking for what? Past perfect, okay? Option A, can go. This is present tense, so we let it go. Option B, goes. This is what? Present tense. Option C, had gone. This is past perfect. So this is the answer to the question. Option D, went. Past tense. Okay, so final answer to this question is what? C. Now the structure is simple, okay? So let me give you more example. If I had studied harder, I would have passed. If I had left home earlier, I would have seen him. So if I had gone there, I would have met him at home. Okay, so final answer is what? Option C. Here is another question under reported speech, but now you have 5 seconds to give me an answer, okay? Now, we can't talk about reported speech without talking about tense backshifting, and this involves the verb. So if the direct speech is in the present tense, it changes to past tense in the reported speech. And if it is what? Present perfect, it changes to what? Past perfect, okay? So all you need to do is try to figure out the what? Direct speech, okay? So with the sentence and the options, we can tell that the direct speech is, I have never met the suspect before, or I have not met the suspect before. So the verb phrase is what? Have not met, right? And this is what? Present perfect tense. So we need what? Past perfect tense, because this is what? A reported speech. It's a reported statement, okay? Good. Now option A, had met. This is what? Past perfect. Option B, hadn't met. This is also past perfect, but it has a negative. Not good. We keep it. Option C, doesn't meet. This is present tense, so we let it go, right? Option D, didn't meet. This is past tense. We also let this go. Good. We are looking for what? Past perfect. So we need to choose between option A and B. Now, here's where it gets difficult. The word denied. Now, the word denied has a negative meaning, so we don't need another negative word. We do not need not. Now, here is what examiners are trying to figure out. They want to know if you know words with hidden negative meaning. Words like deny, refuse, forbid, seldom, hardly, scarcely. Okay, so these are words with negative meaning, and we don't need another negative word. Okay, so because of this, the answer to this question is what? Option A, had met. Okay, now if your reporting verb claimed, explained, stated, said, then the answer could be what? Hadn't met or had not met. But because the word is denied, the reporting verb is denied, then the answer is what? Had met. So final answer is what? Option A. This question is under idiomatic expression, so I'm giving you just 5 seconds to give me an answer, okay? Now, I can tell you're smart if you say, oh, Miss Alex, I think the answer is between option B and C. Nice try. But let's start with option A. Now, we don't say a new brand of life. We say a brand new life. Okay, so option A is wrong. Option B, we don't say a new leaf of life, but we can say turn a new leaf, which is to change your behavior. Now, option C is the correct word, lease. Okay, a new lease of life means a fresh opportunity or a chance to change one's situation or renewed hope. Now, you know that renewed hope is the official campaign of APC, right? So when you think of a new lease of life, you can think of renewed hope. Okay, so APC promised us what? A new lease of life. Okay, so option D is literal model. Do not forget that this question is under what? Idiomatic expression, so the correct word is lease.